Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Side Hustle Seattle. So today I actually wanted to do a video that I've been looking to do for a very long time, and that is essentially providing a free resource for people who are just becoming a signing agent or just getting into remote online notary work. So if you've watched any of my videos, then you would know that I've been on this journey for some months now. And one thing that's been consistent throughout my journey is that it's been very overwhelming and very confusing at times. And if you're anything like me, then when you get confused or when you get overwhelmed, the first thing you do is get organized, right? Figure out what you know, what you don't know, and then you kind of work from there. And so this is how this started, essentially. I was looking to do remote online notary work. I'm still looking to do remote online notary work. And then I realized that there wasn't one good resource that told me all of the remote online notary companies out there, what their prices were, what kind of companies they were, what the pros and cons were. And so I just got all that information and I put it into a Google sheet, a basic Google spreadsheet, right? Put all that information in, available prices, fees, pros, cons, etc. And then once I felt like I had a good grasp about which companies were out there and which companies I wanted to go for, then the next thing for me was to be able to advertise myself, right? And through all the trainings that I've taken and everything I've read online, the thing people tell you to do is, of course, sign up for signing databases, your SnapDoc signing order, etc., and then sign up for signing services. And so again, it felt like back to square one, right? I needed to find a list of signing databases. I needed to find a list of signing services. And what I found is that I found like pieces of both, right? I found some companies mentioned on this side and then a couple on these ones and a little bit here. But it wasn't all in one place that made it easy for me to navigate and easy for me to wrap my head around. And so again, I just kind of compiled all that information and I put it in a spreadsheet. And I will say it's not an exhaustive list by any means. I'm sure there's definitely things that I've missed and companies not mentioned, but it's a good enough list for me to start out and feel like I have enough information and enough to go off to get my career started as a signing agent and as a remote online notary. And because I found it helpful, I figured that if you're new out there, you may find it helpful as well. And so that's all it is. It's just the sheet that I've been using to help navigate this journey that I want to be able to make public for you all and free for you all, because quite frankly, things like this should be readily available, right? It shouldn't be this confusing. It shouldn't be this hard to find the information that you need to get started. And so, yeah, I wanted to share it out. I wanted to make it available for you to use really more as like a foundation. Like I said, it's not exhaustive by any means. I'm sure there's some things on it that you may find useful that I don't have on it. But it's something that you can use that's foundational to help you get started in your journey. And you can take away and add to it as you see fit, as for whatever fits your personal needs. And so again, it's free, 100%. It's already linked in the description. If for whatever reason you want to donate for the effort I put in, I'll put some links in the description for that. But 100% optional. I'm not looking for it. I'm not counting on it. More than anything, I really just wanted to provide this because it's been such a great community. The notary community, the signing agent community, everybody that's commented, everybody that's left suggestions. It's such like a nice, welcoming community that I found myself a part of. And this is kind of my way to give back to that community. And so what the sheet is going to have is, it'll have a list of signing databases. It'll have a list of signing services / title and escrow companies. It'll have a list of remote online notary platforms, and then it'll have some helpful links and resources. So that's what's going to be in the sheet. I will say that when you get it, it's going to be in view-only format. That's because I want to make sure that you can make a copy of it. So that way you have your own personal copy. So essentially when you click the link, it's gonna be view only. You can't make any edits to it. In order to be able to make edits, you need to go up and you need to make a copy of the document. And that way it's your own personal document that you can then do whatever you want with. You can change the colors, you can delete pages, you can delete rows, whatever you want. So I'll go through like a tour of the document just in case you I have no idea what the frick you're talking about. I will go through and navigate you through it, but just know when you get on it, you're not gonna be able to make any edits to it, okay? So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into the document because I am eager to show you what I've been working on. Let's do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the sheet. So a couple things you'll notice off the top. One is that it is view only. And then again, you'll see some characters right here. So essentially, if you're on the sheet when other people are on the sheet, typically you can see their picture, their face, their email address, their name. But in this case, because it is view only, you will remain anonymous. So don't worry about being on the sheet when somebody else random is on the sheet. They won't be able to see your information. You will pop up like this as anonymous. One thing to keep in mind, you cannot make a copy of this sheet unless you are signed into Gmail. So you can view the sheet just fine. If you're signed into Gmail, you can download the sheet if you aren't signed into Gmail, but you cannot make a copy unless you actually have a Gmail account, okay? So this tab right here, it'll just give you some basics about why I made it and what it has. It'll give you some document instructions on how to make a copy, which we'll do here in a second. And then it'll just have those links again if for whatever reason you wanted to give back for my effort. But again, that is 100% optional. Do not feel pressured by any means. So if you want to make a copy of this, and again, you'll need to make a copy if you want to make any edits to this, you'll go File, you'll go Make a Copy, and you can name it whatever you want. So let's say I'll do my copy for now. And that should upload for you. Okay. So now that you have a copy, now we can go in and we can change whatever you want to change to this. Again, I formatted this based on what I like, but you can format and make whatever changes you want. So now we can go in and we can delete stuff and all of that hotness. You can go ahead and hide pages or delete pages if for whatever reason you need to. So let's get into some of these tabs, okay? So first tab is the signing database tab. Now this one, exactly like it sounds, it'll have a list of all the signing databases. It'll have if there's a fee or not. Now most of them don't have fees, and if it does have a fee, there is both a free and a paid version, so I've just indicated that here. And then you can mark if you've signed up. I want the sheet to be as interactive as possible, so I want you to be able to go in and kind of keep track of what you've done. So you'll see a lot of this like data validation right here, just to be able to say like, yes, I've signed up, no, I haven't, etc. And then just some notes that I have. Now, one thing that I've heard consistently as I've been kind of going through this journey in different trainings is that everybody says you should start by signing up with all the major databases. So that's what I put right here, just to make sure that you know kind of what my intentions were by adding this tab. And then the recommendation is do not pay for any signing databases. I've heard that over and over again. Again, it's just my recommendation based on recommendations I've got from others, but totally up to you if that's what you want to do. And then just some notes that I have. And then the signing service master list is the next tab. Now, again, a recommendation that I got from all the different trainings is that you should sign up with as many as possible to increase the business that you get. Now, I will say that there's definitely some that are favorites over others, and so I mark those with an asterisk. So ones that I've heard in different forums that people say like they swear by, I wanted to make sure I populated those at the top. So all these right here, people say are the best ones, at least from what I hear, so I made sure to mark those with an asterisk. Now, again, this isn't an exhaustive list, but there is 200 plus companies here for you to be able to look through and sign up with if you want to. Again, try not to overwhelm yourself. You don't need to sign up for 200 in a day. Just start slowly but surely. And I wanted to make sure that I had some things right here for you to be able to keep track of what you've signed up for or not. So I have a little, did you sign up? Does it do remote online notary work? So I marked yes next to any company that's gotten back to me that says they do occasionally do remote online notary work, just in case you're like me and that's kind of what you're going towards. Of course, the website link, the phone number, the email, if I was able to find it, and then the city and state. And I just did the city and state because some of these are like title and escrow companies. And what I've heard is sometimes it's better to go directly to them. So I wanted to make sure if for whatever reason there was some that were based in your state, that you can know if you wanted to go directly to the office. And then just some notes that I've put in here, but really the notes section is for you to be able to put your own notes and to keep track for yourself. So that is in there if you want to add anything. Now, some of these are state specific. Most of these signing services are nationwide, but I do have a few in here like this one, that one's Michigan only. So of course, make sure to just check the notes. So that way, you know, if you're not in Michigan, that's not one that you're going to want to sign up for. So yeah, that's this list right here. Again, not exhaustive in any way. So if you find something that you feel like is a really good company that's not on this list, you can just go ahead and add it either at the bottom, or you can just add a row and add it in order, because this is in alphabetical order. Now again, this is your sheet to use however you see fit, to share out however you see fit. So if you don't like the color purple, go ahead and change this stuff however you want to. I chose purple because that is my favorite color, but if blue is your favorite color, you can change this how you see fit. And then the last tab, or the last like list tab, I should say, is for remote online platforms. So these are all the platforms that I've found in alphabetical order, and then just some basic information for you, again, to keep it on track. Is you can mark if it's available in your state, yes or no. You can go ahead and mark if you've signed up, the status that you have for that application. If you've signed up and you're like, I'm just waiting to hear back, you can put pending, or however. And this again is meant to kind of keep you on track. I found when I was signing up for everything, I kept going back like, oh man, have I already signed up for that company? If I have, what's the status of it, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why I added these here. But again, if you don't find them helpful, feel free to delete them or hide them however you see fit. And then I just wanted basic information of if there's a sign up fee, what kind of platform it is. So if you've seen my videos specifically around remote online notary stuff, then you would know I kind of break the companies down into 4 platforms. So if you don't know those definitions, I just put them right here in the top and you can look through those. And then some like general information about the companies, where it's available at, what the fees are, if it includes a digital certificate or not, or a digital seal, and then some pros and some cons. So yeah, that's essentially all of the different companies listed out, from signing database to signing services to remote online notary platforms. So I know a lot about Washington, of course, and so for people who aren't in the state of Washington, I wanted to make sure you can get the basic information about how to sign up and get going. In the NNA, even if you're not going to use them for like getting your package and all of that, they still have really helpful like checklists on how to get started in each state. So I wanted to make sure I linked it here for how to get started in each state for a notary public, for signing agent, for remote online notary. So this would just help you get the basic information. And then these are just some other resources that you can use as well. But yeah, that is the sheet. All right, well, that is the end of the video. I'm hoping that you found the spreadsheet helpful. Again, this is for you to use however you see fit. So feel free, make your copy, share it out to whoever you want, change it however you want. This is meant to just be a foundational resource to get you started on this journey of becoming a signing agent or remote online notary. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns. I'm really hoping that this was helpful to you. But as always, thank you for watching.
This is